I was like, I'm about to go in the bathroom. He like, shit, I'm about to follow you in there. And I'm like, what's up? What you trying to do? He said, what you trying to do? Hurry up and go before they see us. Everybody's asking me like, well, how is he going to support you and the baby while he's incarcerated?
Listen. This is a public service announcement. TikTok ain't paying no money, okay? Real creators with millions of followers and thing ain't making no money on TikTok.
TikTok is basically not paying anymore. This is a man with over 15 million followers, a full-blown news channel, every video doing millions of views. And he just said he makes $0 from TikTok. Zero.
Them dog days are over. In fact, them dog days been over. And they never started for most of the people on TikTok. And I need to tell y'all that because I need you to understand. There's no reason for y'all to come up on this app telling things that don't need to be told because you think you could get some money. You ain't gonna get no money. You just could be shame. I need y'all to understand that this is a epidemic on TikTok, you know. If you open TikTok at any given time, you don't even need to look for nothing. I swear to God, I open a TikTok and it's just like this one. Y'all, these gals have to be getting paid for this. Like I'm at the point where I truly believe like all these women are actresses because I have seen far too many beautiful black women on TikTok just fucking, oh my God. My sister sent me this video. Let me start fucking running on your head. Let's just get right to it. I open up a text message from my baby sister today and she's saying, you need to see this. This needs to be your next video. And the minute, and I say to myself, soon as I see it, there's nothing that my sister could say to me I need to make an Olay and chill video about. That's of the Lord. It could only be Balaam and blasphemy that make my little sister go, yeah, let me send that to Yemi. A black woman whose hair, skin, and eyebrows are far too nice to be engaged in this kind of fucking debauchery.
You're sick, you know that?
Get up on there and say, this is part one of my story about how I met an inmate off TikTok and got pregnant on my first visit to see him in prison.
This is part one of how I got pregnant by an inmate that I met off TikTok on our first visit.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? This gal say to us that she was scrolling TikTok and she saw an incarcerated man with his video in jail, in his cell. Real jail! Talking about nothing. And she said to herself, he looked good.
He caught my eye because not only was he fine, he was silly and funny too.
Started catching all these childish shots. What do I observe?
She look at this man in his prison cell and say, he looked dead good. So you know what I could do? Let me come up off TikTok right now so I could find the app that I need to communicate with him in prison. Let me make sure I say this before we get into any kind of jokes. Let me put my serious hat on my head as somebody who was a criminal defense attorney, a former public defender, and an abolitionist, right? You can't, in the same breath that you acknowledge the obstacles, systemic racism, and that there's a prison industrial complex in the United States that's quite literally built for the purpose, and that's not only built on the backs of black people, but it's built for the purpose of incarcerating, policing, controlling, and criminalizing black people, specifically black men, and then take a position that anybody who's incarcerated or don't deserve love or shame any and every black woman or woman that finds love with a man who's incarcerated or cares about a man who's incarcerated or anything like that. So you ain't gonna see me make those kind of sweeping generalizations or suggest that any man who's incarcerated is a bad guy or somebody you can't deal with or shouldn't deal with or anything like that. All right? That's over there. But that's an entirely separate thing from what makes you go searching, fishing for niggas in prison. You have to be a bird brain bitch to just not take that seriously. At the end of the day, right? Like, if you're a normal person who functions with a normal brain, when you're thinking about who you might date, who you might deal with, you think about baggage. You think about their life circumstances. You think about what they have on their table. And you think about whether or not that's something that you could enter. They have room for you. Is that something you're prepared to deal with, right? And usually, somebody being in the middle of a prison sentence and fucking incarcerated are not the most desirable circumstances to go dating. It ain't like she telling you her man already incarcerated or this happened or her man end up incarcerated. She telling you that she was scrolling her fucking timeline and she saw a man she thought looked good and it was immaterial to her that he was in prison. A man looking good to her was the sole criteria. All it took for her to reach out to a nigga in jail. What the fuck are you on? So then she starts talking to the man for a year and a half. Okay. Then she say after a year and a half, she finally go to the prison to meet him to do their first visit. And this girl said to us, oh, Lord, I fucking grow.
So I get to the visit to go see him. He looking at me, I'm looking at him. He looking good, I'm looking good. Like, the craziest thing happened. Like, it was so insane. It was so fast. It was so quick. I still can't believe this to this day. I still can't believe that I'm in this situation. But hey.
This girl said she get to the prison, she get to hug him, they sitting down, and the next thing she know, as she there for her first date with this man in prison, at the table next to her, another incarcerated person and his family get into a big blowout fight. So she say, because that happened, this big fight, all the fucking guards, everybody swarmed to go deal with that. So in the course of them dealing with that, she said they ain't paying her and him no attention. So she decided to go to the bathroom and he decided to follow her without them seeing.
We're in there for maybe a good 15 minutes because we were scared to come out, y'all. I kid you not. So we in the bathroom. I pull my pants down. He munching.
Where am I? What was that?
I don't want to believe it. Like, I genuinely want to believe that these people getting paid something to come up on TikTok and create these fictional stories for engagement or something. And I don't mean getting paid by TikTok, because like I say, TikTok don't have no fucking money. I want to believe that these people have some kind of off-the-books sponsorship with some fuck-ass company. I don't know.
He munching.
Munching down right on them talkies. Get talkies today.
They trying to sell us something to explain to me, why are you telling me this? Because, and I don't, like, oh, Lord. She said she gone to the bathroom with the man and he pulled on her. And she said, and she pulled on her panties and he started munching. She said, girl, he was munching, he was munching, he was munching. He was a real eater.
Certified eater.
Girl, what?
Munching.
That's how hard times is?
Munching.
Is that what the dating market is hidden out there for? We looking at niggas in prison and saying they look good and then hoping to take a moment when big fucking fights, big brutality going down in the prison, to take that opportunity to run to the bathroom so this man could eat your pussy on a time limit. Oh my God.
Munching.
She said they was in there for so long while he eat out. Finally, they say, oh, we managed to get all this pussy eaten done in here. Why not grind? Why not have sex? So she said she grind this man in the bathroom.
So, we do what we do.
She said she could say, where you? And he say, I inside you. And she's like, huh? What you mean you inside me? He's like, well, where you thought I you ain't see me come nowhere else? Where you thought I was? And she's like, oh no. And he was like, and you tell me you could be married to me and you want to marry me and things that serious and this and the next thing? She's like, yeah, but I mean, I want to have your baby. Girl, what? And so she say, he and now she say, she 2 months pregnant and she having twins. I like, motherfucker, I'm ashamed to say at my big age, I've never been pregnant. I've never had a pregnancy scare. I ain't never been to the doctor to talk to nobody about nobody's pregnancy. So I can't say for sure, but y'all is know what y'all having. Y'all is know y'all having twins at 2 months. So you say, so them say. I telling y'all, I want to believe this story made up. The defense attorney and me don't know how to fuck. Like, it's like on one hand, the defense attorney and me don't think it make any sense how she claimed, oh, there was a fight and they was able to just run off and be in the bathroom fucking for 15 minutes. But at the same time, the defense attorney and me also knows that the prison ain't nothing but mismanagement, negligence, and all kind of fuckery. So maybe, who's to say? Who's to say? And maybe she do already know she having twins. And like, look here. As somebody who was a twin, who was actually born a twin, and my twin died in the womb late into the pregnancy, my mommy did not know she was having twins for a while. I do the random story, y'all being in my business, deep into my life, but my mommy, when my mommy was pregnant with me, she thought she was only pregnant with my twin sister, like well into the pregnancy. It wasn't until my twin sister, like she miscarried my twin sister, that they realized that I was there at all, that there was a twin. And they were like, oh, and they told my mommy I wasn't even developing, so she needs to go have a DNC, but she ended up not doing it because my daddy was like, oh, well, if they say the baby could abort itself or something, just wait. And well, here we are. But I said it to say, you already know you having twins? right, maybe. But as somebody with plenty twins in my family, let me just say this. I feel like, and she's not the first gal I've seen like this online. I feel like Amara from Love and Hip Hop Miami and plenty other gals, they is get pregnant for piece of shit, fuck ass, horrible niggas. And then if they find out they having twins, it's like, oh, I have to keep the babies because, oh my God, so special. Miracle, twins. I ain't saying nothing, but y'all see what I saying? Listen, they ain't as hard to come by as you think. Okay? That's a twin. My little brothers are twins. I have several pairs of cousins that are twins. Like, look here. I know. But anyhow, I don't know a fucking topic, okay? Watch Erin fucking cut that whole day for the day. So she say she pregnant now. She 2 months pregnant. She having twins and she ain't got aborted because it's against her religion.
Oh my God.
Everybody is like, get an abortion, and I don't believe in abortions because of my religious practices. I don't believe in abortions, okay? If y'all are abortion warriors, that's between y'all and God. That don't have nothing to do with me. For my religious purposes, I don't believe in that.
And then this the part that really get me. She's like, oh, y'all don't need to call me stupid and don't bully me because we've all done something like this. Who is we? Who is we? Who is all? Child. Anyway, so who is do something like what? Like what? Like what is to do something? Have we all picked a nigga out from prison TikTok and gone and get pregnant when we first? Who among us? Who among us?
But like I said before, I don't need anybody judging me or telling me, like, why would you do this? Like, we all have made a mistake like this. Like, please don't be judgmental.
Listen. Let me be clear. Women is get ourselves into plenty fuck. Listen, there's a lot of common embarrassing experiences that most women share as the result of fucking around with niggas. Yes. There's a certain common kind of fuck nigga scenario one could find themselves in. But picking a nigga off prison TikTok, going down to the prison to let him eat your pussy and impregnate you in the bathroom off the first meeting?
Munch it.
No, baby girl. No, I don't know nothing about that. I do not know nothing about that. I don't even know anybody who know nothing about that. And here's the part, back to my original sentiment of saying that I'm not inherently shaming somebody for finding love with somebody who is incarcerated. That's not inherently the thing. But what I find interesting, the part that don't make no sense, you picked this man out. You picked him out knowing he was in prison. You entered a relationship with him. You around the place talking about you gonna marry him. She hashtagging prison wife all over her things. You get pregnant for him and now you talking about, oh, you know you do something wrong. You know it was wrong, XYZ. And you complaining about how he in prison. And then you complain about how you just finding out he in prison for 15 years. Girl, what? If you think that there's something wrong about messing with an incarcerated man, because you know that don't make no fucking sense. What you doing that for? What are you doing that for? And the big thing that she think is foolish is like, not all of the circumstances, just like, damn, I shouldn't have let him nut in me. And shit, I didn't know he was going to be in prison for 15 years. He didn't tell me it was a 15-year sentence. But the question I have is, would you care? Would you care? Because normal people, him being incarcerated would be a deal breaker. But you managed to get around that. Wasn't stopping no show for you. And now she bought a place like, she was like, y'all need to understand that I don't need nobody shaming me and talking to me like, there's my mommy, okay, I done do it, I done get pregnant, I ain't no fucking abortion warrior, I'm not getting an abortion, that goes against my religious beliefs. And check this out, this is what she say. Saying she ain't got no job and no money, the man is incarcerated, she pregnant with twins, she don't got no money or no job, so she say, her eyebrows look nice, her skin look nice, her hair look nice, look like something babe for something. But she ain't got no money. The incarcerated man don't got no money. The incarcerated man could be in prison for 15 years. Now you telling us you pregnant. You have 2 babies on the way. You want to bring 2 women to us. You want to bring 2. But then this the part that really fucking spin me. She refused to have this abortion. Bitch, whatever. Do your thing. Have your babies. Can't say I say nothing. But this the part that don't make no sense. You insist on having these babies for this man with no wherewithal idea at all how you plan to take care of these kids. Then she had the nerve to fucking say, she planning her baby shower and the gender reveal that she wants. And the party of her dreams are gonna cost her.
The baby shower and gender reveal that I want is totaling to I want to say $12,000. So I'm going to put my GoFundMe up and my Cash App to just get a little support and see if the internet helps me out.
$12,000 fucking dollars. And she fixed her mouth, had the fucking nerve to ask the internet to fucking contribute to GoFundMe to pay for Let me tell you something. I hate people like this, yeah? I hate people like this. Because first of all, you don't need this shit. You don't need baby showers and gender reveal. If we keep it real, people don't need to spend all the fucking money they be spending on weddings and bachelorette party and bachelor party and all. What the fuck, babe? Stop. People just be looking for any excuse to blow money on some bullshit. Some bullshit you don't fucking need. Not to say even that you don't need it, but it don't need to cost you all that. These don't need to be these expensive debt collected endeavors. But in what fucking world? You pregnant with twins. You pregnant with twins that you can't afford. The man can't afford. So you don't have no fucking idea what kind of life you plan to give two fucking human beings. You have no fucking resources or plan. And you looking to raise money for a fucking party? For a party? I would fucking... $12,000. Instead, you don't say to yourself, like, people just tell you they're insensible at all. Instead, you don't say to yourself, self, well, I ain't got no money. I about to have two baby. Perhaps I should figure out how I can fucking feed them, clothe them, put some pamper on them. You worrying about $12,000 party. You don't have the good sense to say to yourself, I can't afford that. You planned a dream party that could cost $12,000. And when... Let me tell you something. TikTok have to go. Let me good, babe. Look here. It have to go. It's obviously doing something psychologically to people. Something about, I telling y'all, one day somebody gonna have to do a serious academic study on the Risa Tisa effect. I'm starting to believe that Risa Tisa telling that story and coming into that bag have everybody thinking, everybody willing to just fucking tell all they dirty, filthy fucking laundry all over TikTok in hopes of what? In hopes of what? You wanted a movie? You wanted a deal? You wanted Charlamagne to make you donkey of the day? What did you want to happen? What did you want to happen? Oh, you wanted people to donate to your GoFundMe so that you could have big party to reveal the gender of children you can't afford to take care of.
I think that lady who got pregnant by the inmate is lying. I used to visit prisons. This because my daddy was incarcerated for a while. They escort you to the restroom. And if they're not escorting you, they're watching you very, very, very heavily. Very heavily. And so I don't know when you would have the time for that. Even if you say like, oh, something happened, all the guards ran to so-and-so. All the guards from the visitation ran to where's... Darling, your man is incarcerated. And I think because your nigga's incarcerated, you're using this to get a bag.
Everybody keeps asking me if this is a prank, if this is a joke. As much as I want this to be a prank and a joke, y'all, it unfortunately is not. Like, this is my reality. And I feel like if I was one of those women who's getting on the internet, like if I was a crackhead, you get what I'm saying? Or if, if I was a struggling single mother with multiple kids, like I wouldn't have no problem supporting you. But because I came up here and told my truth about what happened, me not having a job right now, and being pregnant with twins by a man that's incarcerated, I'm receiving so much backlash. Like, I don't get it. But I promise you, if I got on here with a dirty house, 12 kids, or if I was on drugs, entertaining y'all with Mr. T, like how y'all support other people, it wouldn't be a problem.
Let me tell you something. People have to stop thinking bringing children into the world is some light shit, you know. People don't take shit seriously, and I've had enough. I've had a fucking enough.